YouTube is shit, and I don't think that's ever going to change. And now that I said that, if my channel ever gets monetized, this video won't be because of that. Um, I don't know why my background is broken, but I'm gonna record this now anyways because yes, short intro because apparently people don't like to know what they're watching. Hi, I'm Duality. This is sort of gameplay commentary. I talk about things sometimes, especially not fun things. And you'll just see cuts because I want to sound coherent. I don't want to waste your time with long pauses. And because I'm actually playing the game in real time when I'm talking about stuff. Um, yeah, I'm gonna go do that now. Essentially, what I feel like talking about is YouTube's seemingly double standard for its rules and advertising, and why that most likely won't change. Or because everyone complains about it, but YouTube only really gets mad when the advertisers do. And when the advertisers are this, because for whatever reason, advertisers are more worried about the video that the advertisement is on rather than other advertisers because, they just assume that, oh, yeah, we all want to be professional, but no. But the thing is, the advertisers don't actually care about YouTube themselves, if that makes sense. Because if, like, they don't know what's going on because there hasn't been a big outcry about it. And sure, they occasionally see something is wrong, but it's more of like an ask to YouTube themselves rather than anything serious. Because, I mean, YouTube relies on advertisers, Google relies on advertisers. They can't exactly have them pull out and still have a functioning platform. Again, it's at the will of the advertisers, but this isn't affecting the advertisers right now because do we really end up caring all that much? Like, in the first place, okay, I can get sometimes where, some things you'd like to change, but we don't seem to care enough to make it affect the advertisers. We're still going to buy their products anyways. We're still going to just, consume, consume, consume. And like, there's no foreseeable consequences. So it's weird that, YouTube actually polices the content of videos when advertisers don't seem to care about what is in said videos. Just my thoughts. And, as long as there's no negative repercussions for YouTube, then they'll just keep doing it all they want. But it still leads to the same old standard of, are the advertisers really getting mad enough to have you, you know, change a lot of this stuff when it's just nonsensically being enforced? Like, do the advertisers really care enough when care enough to, you know, let us let people say things that are a bit not too corporation friendly. Like, apparently, I can't say kill, but I can say unalive. And I feel like that tends to make a mockery, especially when you have all these true crime podcasts or whatever talking about things. They're like, oh, yeah, they committed sewer slide. Like, are you too much of a, I guess, scaredy cat to say just suicide? Because I don't know, like, it just rubs me the wrong way and it feels insensitive. But again, they just have these like weird, oh, this is what you can say and this is what you can't, you know? But it's just led to people finding ways around it and abusing it in a way that they're saying the exact same things, but just without the essentially without the repercussions. And yet you have these advertisers doing much worse, and we don't see anything happen to them. Like, I sure know I wouldn't want to advertise on the same page with, like, on a website that doesn't check and openly promotes Mr. Beast scam ads, but I don't know, that's just me, like, it just feels disgraceful, and yet, like, the people who shouldn't is we get more mad when the creator is censored and has to find ways around to say things that, again, like, sometimes, like, sewer slide, that just feels disrespectful, almost. Not disrespectful, not almost, it feels disrespectful. I I don't know, it doesn't seem like there's much that can be done because the ad agencies are threatening YouTube over the wrong things. Maybe if we had some decent ad enforcement, then I don't know, to make sure you don't have literal scams and things that go against your guidelines on the content, even though you say everything, you check everything thoroughly, but we all know that's a lie. Like, the consumers know that a lot of this stuff is bad. We just don't particularly care enough because imagine, when has boycotting something ever actually worked? I mean, it has in the past, but at this point, everything seems to own every other company to the point where it doesn't seem like it would particularly work, if that makes enough sense. Hey, it's a Jetpack Joyride minigame. Wait, because did you know the guy that made this is the guy that made both the Fruit Ninja and Jetpack Joyride games? That's cool. It just rubs me the wrong way, and Google's one of the richest companies in the world. It's not gonna, like, you can't really pressure them other than having advertisers pull out because they are mainly an ad agency, but advertisers won't pull out because it's not affecting their brand at all. It's not really, like, affecting their bottom line or something. I don't know. I'm just an idiot on on the internet that says stuff sometimes. So, I don't know, it just seems pointless to censor YouTube creators. Is like, why would ads pull out over me saying fuck? Like, when you have just this on your platform, And this is something that's so widely known to everybody but you, apparently. So it just rubs me the wrong way that you don't even like know how to like police your own stuff, you know? But then again, what is there to do about it at the end of the day? Like, there's not going to be pressure to change, is there? Because at the end of the day, you can't really boycott a company when we're living in a dystopia where everything owns everything else. And there's just too much to memorize to actually deal with. So there's not really a way to make advertisers pull out because corporations seem they don't know what the average consumer wants, but we rely on them anyways, essentially. Sorry, I'm trying to think of how to say more stuff without repeating myself, but I think everyone says YouTube has a problem, but like they're just going to keep profiting off of this stuff. So Elsa Gate, I would say, is still going on. And it may not be to the extent that, like, even more so than it used to be. It's just not Elsa Spider Man. It's other characters from horror games, ironically, or what are supposed to be horror games. So that's that, I guess. I'm not sure. It's just, I don't know, weird that it happens that way. So, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. It seems like everybody wants to become a YouTuber now, but I feel like eventually there's going to be too many people trying for a lot of people. It's unrealistic, is what it is, to think that you'll be able to come one in this modern day and age. And I guess some people might not want to believe that, but I mean, not quite sure what to tell you because there's not going to be enough audience to go around. Like, I never really expect to do this ever as a job. I just do it because it's fun. And maybe it's just because I don't want to say everybody's disillusioned to the problems of social media because we're definitely not. I just feel like we don't care, so they can pretty much just get away with it. And hey, why shouldn't they be able to? No, that's a joke. They shouldn't be able to, but like we're all so addicted to this thing that we're not ever gonna change, right? It's we need it in our lives. And I'm probably over exaggerating. Technically, I don't need it. I could probably I could go longer than most people without my phone, you know? But that's just because I already make sure to detach myself enough to not particularly absolutely need it. If that makes any sense. And I'm sure, like, at some point, we'll just be blind to the faults of the things these companies do just because we kind of need them to function or something. But again, that gives YouTube no consequences because we don't particularly want to hold them accountable. It doesn't seem like much is going to change because YouTube doesn't care about kids stay in danger or anything. They just care about money at their bottom lines and, not "Don't be evil," which was their old motto, but they've abandoned it just like everything else. Yeah, because remember back when Google was an okay company, at least? Because as much as people admit that YouTube Kids has a problem, parents aren't gonna stop giving their kids iPads, and then have them become iPad kids. Like, we seem to think that no one's ignorant of them, but, like, some people definitely are, seeing as they don't supervise their children at all, and they still watch the news, and they need that to tell them to not, let their kids do dangerous things, apparently. So the netizens assume that everybody else is a netizen and that everybody else should know everything about what's going on, but that's not entirely true, and there's still some old-timey folks who, you know, turn on the cable television and watch stuff from there. I don't know, we have this common misconception of, "Ah, yes," like, if I I can't exactly go to, a random person in the street and say, "Oh, hey, you know about Moist Critical Season 2?" But, like, you assume you could because you assume everybody knows about that, right? But no, that's not the way the world works, and even though there's statistics that go, "Oh, hey, more and more people have internet now," not everyone is as terminally online as we would lead ourselves to believe. So, I guess, that kinda makes us feel like, "Oh, yeah, yes, we all know this, and YouTube's not gonna do anything about it," but, like, the parents of the kids who the parents who have their kids exposed to this stuff don't, clearly, because they just sit idly by while this happens. Oh, do I just get an achievement for that? Cool, cool. Uh, 1 away, okay. That was fun. I mean, I got an achievement, cool, yes. Wish I had more insight or more interesting things to say. If Imma be honest, I just did this because other people are talking about it, and while I really shouldn't be doing that, it's just one of those things that because the most impressions you get as a small channel is from YouTube search. And I really shouldn't be trying to grow because that's not my goal. But you know how, like, it feels to have more eyes on you, essentially? Or something, I don't know. Well, I don't know, I haven't recorded for as long, but yeah, I feel like I've exhausted everything I want to say. So, oh, hey, my background decided it wants to work now. That's cool. Um, yes. I don't know. This isn't what I'm going to normally make, but I felt like talking about today, and I talk about stuff, so that is what I do. Yes, and yeah, I don't know. I might not upload for a bit because I have stuff to go to. I can't really say like life. I have life. Yes, I actually have a life. Um, that and yeah, I think the next thing I want to do is actually, no, 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 you'll see when I upload. I mean, I if there's anyone watching this, I doubt there is, but yeah, I don't know. I record something else, but it didn't really feel like, I don't know, it felt like it wasn't good, it wasn't good. I couldn't add much to the any conversation. It was just like a small statement and not really, "Hey, actually think about this." As I clearly I hadn't thought about it myself. I don't know, that's it. I'm gonna do stuff. So, yeah, bye. Duality out, I guess.